Hello, fellow survivors, and welcome back to another episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Today we're going to do a fresh intro. We are doing something crazy here. A whole bunch of shenanigans, a whole bunch of workarounds, trying to figure out how to do this. But I have started a brand new account here on Last Day on Earth, while maintaining my old accounts, which I've been building for a while, so we'll switch back and forth between them now, which is pretty cool. But we're gonna go ahead and start here from fresh. We're gonna start a brand new character, and we're gonna walk through this step by step and give you a little, tutorial and some strategies on how to advance your game quickly and stay on top of your situation here. So for right off the bat, you can go ahead and modify your character however you like. Would you like a male? Would you like a female? My other characters are male, so maybe we'll go ahead and do a female this time. What kind of hairstyle do I like? Oh, well, that's pretty cool. But let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We can't have a beard, but we can do a skin color. That's pretty cool. Hair color? No, we don't like no blondes. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of brunette going on there. And we're going to go ahead and change the name. And what should we call ourselves? Well, my lovely lady, my husky baby, her name is Zoggy, so we're going to go ahead and use that. There we go. Confirm. And that's going to load us in now to our home base tile. And as soon as that loads, we'll get started. Alright, so right off the bat, we drop into our home base tile here. This is where you will be building your home. This is where you'll be storing your goods. This is where your life will happen. And we'll go ahead and run around this really quick, just so you can kind of see, kind of get an idea how big this is. Now, right off the bat, it does have a whole bunch of resources available, just, to get you started, which is pretty cool. Now, how much of this you actually clear and how much of it you leave is completely up to you. This is your home, after all. It took me a long time to chop down the trees in my home because I like trees. And I still do have a couple growing inside of my base here and there, but that's my own personal preference. You can choose to clear it all completely or leave stuff as you wish, but you will find that after a while you will run into space issues and will have to make more room. You can do that at your own leisure. Now you'll notice I've picked up a couple of berries here off these berry bushes. Those will be the red things in your mini-map, not those red things, which we'll get to in a minute, but we're just going to avoid them for a second and run around. But you'll see in your mini-map here in the top corner, different things appear. You have your trees, you have your grasses, the animals you can hunt are in yellow, your enemies are in red, and other such things. And then you'll also notice here is a pickup truck. Now this pickup truck, you go ahead and use this as your initial storage space because you won't really have all that much room. You can see on the left hand side here is my inventory. On the right hand side is the crate that I've opened, that being the pickup truck in this case. I'm going to leave those things in there right now. I don't need them. But I do need those berries. We will get to that, I'm sure, pretty quickly. I'm going to pick a couple logs here. And then you'll see the healer over here. Now this healer drops by on a regular basis and he'll offer you some choices. And you can choose to watch a very short advertisement in exchange for one of these resources. And based on what you're doing at the time, one of them hopefully will suit your needs. So we'll get some damage and close fighting weapons, that's melee, hand-to-hand, or energy. Well, I don't need energy right now. I'm pretty sure that's full because I haven't used any at all. So we'll go ahead and we'll enable... No, we won't, because that's going to mess with our timeline, but you can see where that goes. Anyway, and then after that, once you've done that, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pick up a couple of sticks, because we're going to go in here. Down on the bottom on the right hand side, you'll see there's a number of items. Unfortunately, I don't have touch enabled. I wish I did. But down on the right hand side here, you'll see you'll have a couple of options, that being your inventory, the backpack, you'll have your crafting menu, which is the wrench, and then you'll have your shop slash inbox here. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to go ahead and go into our crafting menu, and this is a list of all the things that you will have the option to learn how to craft as you go through the game. Level dependent, and obviously materials dependent. You won't have to worry about any of these down here for a while, but do know that you won't be able to learn all of them. So, as you go, choose wisely the ones that you actually need at the time, and avoid the ones that you don't necessarily need at the time, because, well, you don't need it at the time. The first thing I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to learn how to craft a spear. This is a weapon that will be used continuously throughout the game. Even I, at level 99, use the spear on a regular basis, and so go ahead and learn that. And I'm going to go ahead and equip it here, along with some berries in my pocket. You'll see I have slots for armor here on the right hand side. I also have room to make a backpack and equip it to increase my inventory space, and down underneath that being this extra pocket. So I'm going to put my berries in there, and now that makes them available to me quickly on the fly. You can see they've showed up there on the side. You can also use that for an extra weapon. Again, we'll get to that shortly. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take out now some zombies, because everyone's been waiting for that. They're like, when are you going to kill the zombies, man? Well, let's do that right now. But we're going to, hold on a second. You'll notice right down in the bottom right hand corner here, you have a button, and that is your crouch button. And then you'll look at your mini map up on the top corner there, and you'll see that there are some rings inside your mini map, yeah? That first ring, the one closest to where your character is, that is your area of influence. If anything is within that area and you are standing up, it will know you're there, right? But if you crouch, stay still for a moment, please, you're ruining this. Anyway, if you crouch, you'll see that they don't notice me there now, right? And an added benefit to that is if you crouch and you maintain that until you actually attack, then you will do 3 times damage on your first attack, which you'll see momentarily is actually pretty huge. Because these roaming zombies, which you'll run into quite a bit in your opening levels, only take 4 strikes normally. So with that 3 times attack, you will take out your roaming zombies with 2 swings, leaving them unable to attack you. And so this makes the spear a very efficient way of going about clearing zones, at least in terms of these roaming zombies. And so I'm going to go ahead and follow through and do the exact same thing for the rest of them. You'll notice as I'm doing this, I'm trying to make sure that I only have 1 zombie within that sphere of influence at a time, because otherwise, like the deer did, they will recognize that you're there and they will respond accordingly, and that means that they will attack you. And then you don't get that 3 times damage. So go ahead and take your time with that, go ahead, take your time with that. And now you'll notice where those zombies drop. Sometimes there will be X's there, and you're going to go there and you will find there some loots of various types. We're getting a lot of rope right now, which is fine. Sometimes they drop rope, sometimes they drop cloth. Sometimes they drop something nifty like a cell phone or something, but it depends on the zombie that you're facing and, the zone, and it's pretty random as well. So go ahead and finish hunting. I'm going to collect up some berries. And now we're getting pretty close to level 2. but we haven't quite made it yet, which means we do have to do a little bit of more resource gathering in order to continue to level up. Whoop. No, I didn't want that. Thank you very much, though. I'm going to put that up in the top corner there. So I'm going to put that away, and then put those away as well. What now I can do is I can touch this little auto button here in the bottom left hand corner, and it will automatically pick up resources in the area. If you have a tool in your inventory, such as a hatchet or a pickaxe, it will automatically collect the trees as well. We'll get to that shortly again, but for now I'm going to leave some trees around because I like my trees. But I'm going to let her go ahead and pick some grass and some sticks and stones. Oh, and we got our first level. Very good. Alright, let's come back over here to the truck. Now in our crafting menu, you'll see that we have some new options available. Things that we can craft or learn how to craft anyway. And we have now 3 points up in the top center that we can use to learn. The very first thing that you will want to learn how to craft now is the garden bed. It does take 2 learning points, but it is an absolute necessity. So we'll do that right now. And we're going to actually go ahead and craft one. After that, I would recommend that we learn how to craft a backpack. And yes, we're going to learn how to do that. So we'll go ahead and use our last crafting point to learn that, and we'll go ahead and grab some rope and craft ourselves a backpack. There we go. And now that gives us some extra space in our inventory to pick things up. Now, in the middle here, right underneath your mini-map on the right-hand side, you'll see the build menu, the hammer and saw. This brings you into the build menu. Here you can construct your base however you choose. You can lay things out however you choose. You have all the great space in the world to do it in. Trees, rocks, things like that will get in the way and have to be removed in order to place floors, walls, doors, windows, etc. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and put my garden down. I'm going to put that right next to the pickup truck. There we go, and close that. And now you'll see that instead of having a pickup button, I have an interaction button. So I'll interact, and now I can take these seeds that I've collected from gathering grass. I can take these seeds and put them in the garden, and they will grow carrots. This is going to be the mainstay of your diet as you progress through the game, and so right off the bat, just get it started, get it going, because hunger and thirst there underneath your name on the right hand side, these are going to be continuously something that you will be contending with, hence the berries right off the bat. We're going to go ahead and let her collect the rest of the resources on the ground. Ooh, piece of candy. 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 Alright, how's our inventory look now? Alright, we've got a few things going on here. We got some wood, some stone, some grass and seeds. And of course some more berries there. It shouldn't take much longer, we'll finish this up. And then we can move on from there. We will get to crafting a hatchet and a pickaxe with some of these materials that we've picked up. And we will have to build a small amount of base in order to leave this zone. But we'll get there in very short order now. We've picked up all the resources up off the ground. Come back to our pickup truck here. Actually, we'll go back to the garden space first. Let's drop off our seeds. Let's drop off the rest of our resource. And we'll go ahead and craft one hatchet, one pickaxe, and those are now in our inventory here. And this will allow us to go ahead and gather stone and chop down trees for wood. You can do that here in your own zone, but for the sake of moving this on as quickly as possible, we're going to go ahead and take that to another zone. So I'm going to go back to the pickup truck. I'm now going to take the cleaver and that jacket that we saw in there, and I'm going to leave behind some stone and some logs. Oh wait, nope, need those logs. Because as I try to leave the zone, it's going to tell me I have to build a home. That means that, at the very least, you have to drop a couple of floor pieces. You can build some walls. You can do whatever you want at this point. But I would highly recommend that you start in the very middle of your board. This way, as you upgrade your initial home, you can turn that into your strong room, where you'll hide your best loot later on in the game. Alright, so we've got a hatchet, we've got a cleaver, we've got a pickaxe in our inventory. We're wearing a jacket now, because it's a little bit chilly and it's going to get dark out. Now, we're going to go ahead and leave the zone. And it will load in a moment, presuming. And now we get to see the real world. This is the world outside of your home. It's big and it's gonna get bigger. You'll see we have some forest lands here of differing colors. We have some stone areas of different colors. We have a couple of bunkers. We'll get there soon enough. We've got a couple of other houses. We'll get there soon enough. And over here we've got the watchtower. And I still haven't gotten there, but we'll get there soon enough. And that's going to expand your map even further into the Northlands, where you'll find different resources and higher end goods. And then over here you have the Sector 7. This is where the multiplayer action will be happening. They're working on that now. It is in development. It is happening slowly but surely. It's pretty cool. But it is still in beta, so we'll give it a chance. As of right now, we're just going to go ahead and run over here to the pine bushes. This is a green zone. You'll see there's green, yellow, and red, indicating the difficulty levels of each, and the sorts of loot that you'll be able to find. The higher the level, the better the loot you'll find, but as of right now, you're going to be doing green zones. Now, I see that my hunger and dehydration levels are getting pretty bad, so I'm going to go ahead and eat some berries. That'll help out for the time being. That should be pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of those berries into my inventory, and I'm going to take that cleaver and put it in my pocket. Now, what that means is now I can quick switch weapons, where I used to be able to. Oh, and here's why. Oh no, sucks to be you. Thank you very much. Give me your loot. Here's why, is because while the spear is good for roaming zombies, your basic level zombies, if you were to face off against anything higher level than that, you may want a better weapon, and so having that second higher level weapon in your quick slot will allow you to adjust as necessary. That being said, you'll notice that a puppy just ran up to me. This is a new feature in the game. It just came out a couple months ago as of the time of this recording, but now in my inventory, woo, and we gained another level. Alright. Whole bunch of things happening all of a sudden in my inventory. Now you'll see that I have a puppy in a box. That is something that I can't deal with just yet. We'll have to wait until I think about level 6. Let's see. In order to build the dog crate, level 10 to build the dog crate in order to be able to unlock that puppy. But for now, it will stay in inventory. We will take it home and we will raise that puppy to be a dog that can help us with various boosts and stuff like this. But for now, we did gain another level. We do have another learning point there, but we're not ready for that yet. We do, however, have a roaming zombie heading towards us, so we're going to go ahead and take that out right now. See what he's got on him, pick some berries, and we'll keep moving. Now when I clear a zone, any zone, but let's just do it here because green zones are nice and easy. I'm going to go ahead and do it as systematically as I can so that I don't have to use any more of my resources or equipment than I absolutely have to. Because especially right off the bat, you're going to want to try and conserve your equipment until you can go ahead and craft it yourself. And then I'll just keep picking the berries along the way. See you later. Have fun. And I pick the berries because not only does it ensure that I have something to maintain my health level and hunger and thirst levels, but also because it helps me to keep track of where I've been and what's cleared and what's not. And again, I try and avoid using any more of my equipment than I... Whoop, there's a fast biter. Now this is a slightly higher level zombie. You'll notice that I quick switched over to... whoop, and we're thirsty. Hold on. Everything stops right now. Let's go ahead and eat us some berries. Take care of that level of thirst. I can clean that out because I have a whole nother stack there. You'll notice I quick switch to the cleaver because it's not going to take as many strikes to get through that, and that means that it will get less chance to do damage to our armor and our health level. Alright, we've got 2 on now. That's okay. We'll use the spear. We're fine. You don't have to worry too much about it. They're not doing a whole great deal of damage. It's not like they're going to kill you with a couple of swipes. It's going to take them quite a bit to... oh, this looks like a survivor. Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish you off. And now you'll see that he has offered me a pair of shoes and some resources he's already harvested, as well as some harvesting tools. So I'm going to leave those there. Because I don't have the room in my inventory for that yet. And we're just going to go ahead and continue on here. Whoops, I forgot to switch back. That's okay. And we gained ourselves another level. Now you'll notice all these crates I'm running by. They will contain loot of various types. Some of it very worthwhile, some of it kind of worthwhile. We'll see that in a minute. My inventory is full, so I'm not going to deal with those quite yet. They're very simple though. You're just going to go ahead and open those crates, and inside you'll find a whole bunch of goodies, just like you did in that pickup truck. Whoops. There we go. That's good. Alright, switch back. And, whoa, switch back. Can I catch him? I got shoes on. It makes me a little bit faster. along with the armor additive. No. Alright. Sometimes that'll happen. You'll get them down to almost no health, and then they'll run away, and then they'll run off the board. And if you just hold the button, you'll chase them right off the board. It's a little bit annoying, but hey, it happens. We're just going to dive right back in. Another thing, though, is if you face a survivor and you don't think that you're going to survive that, then you can also run off the board. And when you return to the zone, as I'm doing right now, and when you load back into the zone, that other survivor will be gone. So you know, if you're running into something and you don't think you can make it, just run out of the zone, man. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and chase this deer down for some odd reason. I don't know why. No, I'm not gonna chase him down. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick this crate here down at the bottom randomly for the sake of continuing. And inside I find a little bit of loot. But also, whoa, that's me dying of thirst again. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this crate now as storage though. So everything that I've gathered here so far, I'm going to go ahead and drop in there. Ooh, those band-aids might come in handy, who knows. This spear is useless. The dog in the crate. Alright, that looks a little better. Got some room in there. A little bit of organization going on. And we'll go ahead and loot these other crates really quick. We'll also take out that deer. It's basically what I want to do is everything that's not resources that I'm gathering from the board itself, I want to put in a crate so that I don't have to try and shuffle my inventory too much. So let's take that, and this one over here. I think that should be it. So we've gone ahead and we've opened that crate there, and I think there was one more up here in the corner. Maybe. Usually I'll actually loot the crates as I go, but for some reason, I don't know why, but my inventory didn't balance quite as well as I expected it to, and so I didn't. My own fault, it's all good. If we miss some stuff, we miss some stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and drop everything else in here. That's a can of beans, that can be food as well, to battle that hunger situation. We are still having a thirst situation like crazy. So we're going to finish off those berries. We do have band-aids just in case. So what I'll do is I'll switch this up. Now I know I'm not dealing with any more zombies. There's a possibility of a survivor, in which case I will want to have a weapon. But I think I'm going to save that cleaver because it's a really nice weapon. And I'm going to put that in here as well. And then I can go ahead and hit auto. And now she's going to go ahead and collect all the resources off the board. As it goes, my hatchets and my pickaxes will wear out, in which point I will have to replace them. I do know that there are some replacements over here, so I can go ahead and take that. And 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 that. And I'm going to split that. Basically this just, what will happen is as you auto gather, it will fill in these slots with 20 of each, 20 being a full stack. And this just helps me to keep things organized as it goes instead of having them just willy-nilly everywhere in my inventory, and it helps me to be able to quickly look and see what the situation is. Alright, let's go ahead and hit auto and see what we get. Now every swing of the axe, everything that you pick up, every time that you hit a zombie, gains you experience. Both, whoa, this thirst thing is going to be a situation. So let's go ahead and learn this trick here. If you were to go in the shop, we mentioned earlier, that's and then we go into the inbox at the bottom, you'll see that you have 3 bottles of water and 3 cans of baked beans. I'm going to take those bottles of water right now because this is kind of a dire situation, and I'm going to drink 2 of them. Whew. Alright, we're good. Go ahead and put the rest of that situation in here. And everything else seems to be hunky-dory. And 2 of those bottles is going to give you 100% on your thirst level. So you don't have to worry about it for a little while. I'm pretty safe for a while. I am going to take and go ahead and use one of these band-aids. And then we'll go back to what we were saying. That being that everything that you do in the world will gain you experience. There is 2 levels of experience going on now. This is also a new feature. As I said, this game is in beta and is constantly being updated. So a new feature in this game now is the building up of various stats. If you go to your backpack, and you'll see this green arrow here on the top right corner, and go ahead and touch that. These are various active and passive stats that you can gain through various zones and interacting with them. It's a huge list. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to want to get. Eventually, you're going to want to get the motorcycle drivers so you can expand your zones. You're going to want to get quite a few of these. But basically what happens is each zone has its own list of attributes that you can gain within it. And that being this number 94% under the mini-map going up. That is your zone level. And that is just leveled up. Oh, there's that extra box I was looking for earlier. Let's go ahead and loot that. Alright, a couple items in there. Go ahead and take those. That scrap metal's not going to do you much good right now, so don't worry too much about the scrap metal. You don't have room for it. It can be useful, and we'll get there shortly. But in the in your first opening couple of levels, you're not really going to need it, and it's just filling in space in your inventory. There's that crate. So we'll go ahead and drop these 3 things in there. And we'll go back to work. Well, while she's working, let's go ahead and check this out. Now, this is the skills tree that I was talking about. We have gained a level and we have a new skill available. What happens then is you press learn and it rolls a dice, essentially. And you get a chance at one of the list here of skills that you can learn. And each of the skills, some of the skills have multiple levels to them. Some of them don't. I believe this is just a single level, but something like this or like this is going to have multiple levels to it that are going to increment that skill. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit learn, and we'll see what we get. Walker. Your movement speed on foot on the map is increased by 3%. That is that main map area where you're traveling from location to location. So this just means that if you walk from one location to the other, instead of running using your energy, it will take that much less to get there. Kind of nice. 3% not really going to change things all that much. You will reach a point where you'll just have to put the game down for a little while, but that's okay because you might want to take a break anyway. Oh, it looks like our hatchet is broken, and so we're going to go ahead and go into the crafting menu here, and we're going to go ahead and craft ourselves another hatchet, but I'm guessing we're probably going to need 2, so let's just make them. Check out our inventory here, see how we're doing. Looks like we've got plenty of wood going on. We got a good stack of stone, stack and a half of stone, and so we're going to go ahead and finish clearing off this map. Maybe I did make one too many axes. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but be that as it may, it was only 3 sticks and 3 stones to make it, so it's not that big of a loss. We got ourselves another level. So we'll go ahead and go into the crafting menu now. You'll notice I didn't spend anything on the last time we leveled up, but now we've reached something very important. We've gotten the rain catcher. Now this is going to be, this with the garden bed, these are absolute necessities for survival, so we're definitely going to learn how to craft that. Along with the campfire, now everything, we definitely want that, alright? And we need to learn how to make boxes. So we'll go ahead and learn those, and then the rest of it we won't worry too much about right now until we get back home. Find our storage crate over here. There's no more resources to collect, and so we're going to go ahead and drop off that pickaxe, and we're going to pick up our cleaver, and we're definitely going to want pelts, and we are definitely going to want, oh geez, now see, this is always the trick. This is always the trick, is trying to figure out what is important to bring back with you and what is worthwhile to leave. So I'm going to go ahead and check out my inventory here, and I'm going to check out my base stats. I see that I'm very hungry and kind of thirsty again. So let's just go ahead and use that water and use those beans and not worry about trying to bring them home. Along with that, you're not going to run into a need for these yet. You're not going to run into a need for these yet. One of these is not helping you out too much either. These items are not helping you out. You won't need the bolts yet, I don't believe. Let's check the crafting menu. No, we're not needing any bolts right now, so we won't worry about that either. This chopper wheel, I'm taking this chopper wheel because any chopper parts, specific chopper parts are pretty rare in this game, and so for them to have given me a wheel right off the bat, I see as a sign that I need to take it with me. I definitely want to take this puppy in a box. There's no question about that. And then the question is, do I drop a hatchet or a pickaxe in exchange for that meat? Which will be necessary for the puppers pretty soon. But I think for right now, I'm just going to leave that because these resources are going to be much more valuable than that right now. So I think that should be good. We're going to go ahead and exit the zone. We're going to head back home, and we're going to see what we can do with the resources that we've collected. There is a crashed plane nearby. There are hardly any survivors, but there can be something useful. There is most definitely something useful there. I definitely, you need to hit that crashed plane. It is one of those things that only appears once or twice, and then you don't get any more chances at that. So I'm going to run home. We're going to take care of a couple things really quick, and then we're going to go and hit that crashed plane. In the game, you'll have your various locations available, but also you will have random events that pop up. Rate this game 5 stars. 5 stars for sure. Where can I do this? Alright, I can't. So let's just forget about that. Alright. There's multiple events that will pop up randomly during gameplay, and most of them are very worthwhile to check out. Some of them will have requirements in order to engage in them, such as the chopper event. You have to have a chopper. Even if you have the energy to run there and the time, you still can't go without a chopper. Unfortunately, but that's the way things happen. So we're going to go ahead and go into our crafting menu. We're going to go ahead and craft up... oh, we've got no inventory space. Exactly why we're going to go ahead and craft that up. We're going to drop our seeds in there. Keep our garden nice and stocked on seeds, and then we can go ahead and we can, craft up a box. And we're going to go into our build menu, we're going to go into furniture tab, and we're going to put our box on the ground. It has to be on a level 1 floor for a level 1 box, that's just the way it is. I'm going to put that wheel in there, I'm going to put the puppy in there, I'm going to put the furs in there, and I'm going to put those items in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to craft myself... Oh no, I can't do it yet. See what happens when you don't pay attention? I didn't grab any scrap metal and I don't have enough cloth. That's okay, let's craft up another box. Right now I just need places to put things because we're going to go and hit this crash site and we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to have a place to put it. And we're going to go ahead and craft up one more box. And put that down as well. Alright. Don't worry about walls just yet. They won't be necessary until you actually engage in the rating system, which you won't get to until you reach higher levels. So don't worry about your walls. As long as you got enough floor space to put down your crates and your furnitures, then you're good to go. I think that I put... Yes, I did. I'm going to want to take that with me. What do we got in here? We got some meats. Oh, there's our scrap metal. We still don't have the cloth for it though, but we'll find that. Alright, so I got some meat. I've got one band-aid left. And I've got 2 weapons. And we're going to go ahead and check out that crashed plane. Yeah, let's go check out the crash plane. Now, this crash plane is going to take you a couple of runs because there's just so much loot that's going to be in here that you're going to have to go back and forth a couple of times. But I'm going to show you the most efficient way to do this, so that you're not wasting too much energy and resources and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and run there. Three, two, one, enter the zone. Here we go. Now, right off the bat, I remember that I left the baseball bat in as my weapon. I think I might want to change that to the cleaver because there may well be some level 2 zombies in here. Some of those fast biters. And the baseball bat's just going to take a little bit too long to get through that fast biter, which means that fast biter is going to get a few too many hits on the little bit of armor that I have. So let's go ahead and equip that cleaver and start popping crates. There's another baseball bat, there's some health. Alright, now that's all fine and well. You can follow the trail all the way to the far end. Pick some berries along the way. Or you can go all the way to the far end and follow the trail back, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to go to the far end of this board. And there's the nose of the plane. And that's the extent of the board right there. It's not really big. Gonna make sure I pick up all the berries here off this end. And then I'm gonna start looting here at the far end and work my way forward. Basically, I'm gonna condense all of the loot as close to the front of the board as I can, because I'm constantly going to spawn in on that front end of the board. So we're just going to gather everything that's in here and we're going to run it to the front of the board, and we're going to drop it we're going to drop it in the crates at the front, so that when we come back it's nice and easy to just pick it up and go. Can we put anything in any slots? Yes, we can. Alright, let's grab that pistol out of there. That's really cool. Yeah, you got a firearm. Save it. Hold on to that. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Don't use it right away because it's not really necessary, and it will become necessary later on in the game. And so having that in your inventory when you actually need it is going to be pretty freaking cool, man. So I'm going to drop as much into here as I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the next crate, just so I can drop off some more stuff. Double tap quick move stuff as opposed to picking up and dragging. For most things, sometimes you get into a crafting table or something like that and it doesn't work, but for the most part you can double tap stuff to move it. Nice and easy, quick and slick. We've emptied that one, so let's go ahead and work our way up some more. I'm getting a little hungry. Hopefully we'll find another can of food in here. There's a can of food just in case. Got another zombie working his way up. That's okay. We've got plenty of time. So yeah, you're just facing off against roaming zombies, or nothing too much, nothing to worry about too much. You might get a wolf, but that's the most that's going to happen, and even that, I mean, you can take on a wolf with your fist. It's not that big a deal. All I'm doing is trying to show you how to conserve your equipment so that it lasts as long as possible. Alright, so there's the break in the boxes. That's just going to help me remember where I am. Come back up here to the front. We're going to have to open up another crate. Now I know there are things in both of them that are the same. We'll sort it out. Got some armor in there. That's pretty cool. Alright, one more crate ought to hold it. Whoops, we're starving. Let's use 2 of those. Let's use all 3, why not? And then that can go in there, and I think I have an empty can in here, don't I? No? Okay, fine. Oh, maybe it was an empty water bottle I was thinking about. That's alright. Alright, so we'll go ahead and finish this up. Same process. The take all button at the bottom is nice. Usually shows up if you're looting a body, it automatically closes that option as soon as you've picked up everything out of the body, so it's kind of nice for when you're looting on the run. Like, let's say I took out this zombie, I was looting him as another zombie was coming at me. If I hit take all, then it will close automatically so that I can attack that next zombie right away. It's kind of a nice feature. Alright, that's another full inventory. Forgot about this. It's been so long. Yeah, if you go through all the crates and you hit take all, it will automatically take everything that it possibly can fit into your inventory, meaning that if there are things that are the same in multiple crates, they will still fit into your inventory until that stack is full. Making it nice and quick, moving through, looting everything on the go. So we'll go ahead and do that here too. And there you have it. Let's go ahead and find an empty crate here. This one will do. Now I know that there's no more of any of these items. Whoops. Keep that with us here. To fill out those piles, so we'll just put them in there. And now we can go back in here. We'll take all again. And this will just help us organize the whole situation. Nice and quick. Alright, that's everything. That one's full, so let's go ahead and put things in here. Alright. And that ought to do it. Now, it's just a matter of condensing your inventory so that you can get as much back in a trip as you can. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to find that armor that we found. Get some pantalones? There's no pantalones. I was sure they were the pants that went with that. Maybe not. What, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no pants. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah. Did we get all of the? See, this is the thing, this is why I have to be so systematic, because I forget. Alright, well I guess that's it. Oh, there's them pantalones. Alright, there we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll take all. That would be nice, but no. I got no money for that. Why are you not letting me exit the zone? Okay, that's weird. There we go. That was a little weird. Alright, so now that everything's condensed in that zone, we can go ahead and run quickly back and forth. Humanitarian aid box. We've got an hour to get there. Now you'll notice up here in the top left corner there, you'll see your energy bar. Now we're running low on energy. We've got 17 left. It is regenerating as fast as it's regenerating, one every 5 minutes or so. But it's not going to be enough to carry us over, so we will have to watch a couple of advertisements, a couple of 30-second clips. Will fill us up with energy so that we can carry on with this mad scheme before it disappears on us. Because once it does disappear, then you are no longer able to access the things that you left behind. Luckily for us, we've gone ahead and crafted a whole bunch of boxes right off the bat so that we have a place to put these things. How are we doing here? Yeah, let's eat those berries. The nice thing is that with the loot that we've gathered here, we will be able to craft up the other necessary items for our survival. So we've got the cloth now and the scrap metal to be able to craft our rain catcher, and we'll go ahead and craft up a couple other things once we get there. We'll watch an ad. I'm sorry, folks. I don't usually advertise. And I'm sure if I was to do an edited version of this, I will cut it out. But unfortunately, I believe we are live streaming, and so you have to stare at this screen for a few seconds. Yay, we're done. Okay. Alright, we're back. Let's run on over to the crash plane here. Now you'll be able to do that a few times. I'm not sure exactly how often they allow you to regenerate how many videos you can watch, but you'll be able to do that 4 or 5 times before it cuts you off and tells you, no, you can only pay with coins. Uh, you could pay with coins. It's not possible to buy a small amount. You will have to refill your entire bar with those coins, and so make sure that if you are gonna do that, that you are down to 0 energy or what have you, so that you maximize the value of that. Because, like I say, you're not able to. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh well. Another trick when you're doing this is if I was to drop the weapon, drop the band-aids, drop the armor, then that would allow me to pick up those items for those slots as well. Unfortunately, I forgot to do that, and so, um, I will have to leave one item behind. I'm going to go ahead and leave that water bottle behind, I think. Let's see. Alright, that's everything else, though. Everything is everything. Do I leave that one water bottle behind? No. I'm going to leave the bunker card behind because this bunker is not available yet. It's not in the game yet, and so it's not worth me having that in my inventory. I will be able to fill up water bottles once I build that rain catcher momentarily, so the water bottle will definitely be a handy feature. Um, and yeah, you can always refill empty water bottles. So you'll want to keep them. Down the road, you'll want to keep a lot more things. You'll be able to craft a recycler, which will give you access to different resources and whatnots. We will have to watch 2 more ads, unfortunately. But yeah, the recycler will allow you to collect resources out of things that you don't actually need. So, for example, the empty cans from your baked beans, you'll be able to recycle into scrap metal and/or aluminum bars. And just like it's another whole thing on its own. Alright, one more ad should do it. No, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I should be adding to this as we go along. Like I say, my normal account is a level 99. I have built the chopper, though I still don't have the ability to ride it, because I have not unlocked the motorcycle driver perk here at the top. But things like that. I have engaged in some amount of raiding. Um, and I'm just working my way through. I'm not paying money for the game. I'm just enjoying the game as it is. And really, I mean, there are things available in store that you can buy to speed up your progress, but you don't really need to. You don't. The only reason I spent any money at all was because there was an anniversary sale, and I just couldn't pass it up. So I'm kind of running out of inventory space here, which is kind of cool. So we're going to drop that. I'm going to take the scrap metal. I'm going to drop the tape. Oh, we got room here. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Alright, now we're going to go into our crafting menu. We're going to find out what we need to craft the rain catcher. Looks like we'll need 10 wood along with the cloth and the scrap metal that we already have in our inventory, so we won't worry about that. But we'll go ahead and pick up a pile of wood, and we're gonna craft a rain catcher. You'll only need one of these. I think you're able to put 2 on the board, but you'll only really need one. I tell you, I only have one, and I literally cycle 4 water bottles through it, 2 for my shower and 2 to drink, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to craft that, and I'm going to put that there. Now I'm putting these stuff on the outside border because that just opens up free space in the center to be able to decide how I want to do things. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for that empty water bottles that I had kicking around. I got one there. Is there any more? No. But I do have 8 bottles of water, so I'm going to use 2 of those. There we go. Now I can take those empty water bottles. I can go ahead and shove them in the water in the rain collection here, and they will fill up automatically over time, which is really nice. Because you're constantly going to be shy on water. I have 3 points left to learn with. I don't need to learn the chopper yet. It's cool, but it's not necessary yet. I don't need to learn the radio yet. We will get there, and it is very handy, but I don't need it yet. I think a shower would be a worthwhile thing. You will reach a point I call stinky mode, where it won't matter if you're creeping, you won't be able to sneak up on zombies, you will have to take a shower in order to be able to return to normal, and so having the shower available is going to be very, very important. The bat sounds cool, but this spear works really well, so we'll leave that for now, and I think we're good. So what are we crafting? We're crafting a shower, right? Stone and iron ore. Let's see what we got here. There's some stone. I don't see no iron ore. Is it in the bag of the pickup truck? No? Alright, looks like we can't do that yet. So we're gonna find out about stinky mode. Highly disorganized right now, but that's okay. We're just starting off. Now we've got a machete. We've got a couple of band-aids. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and hit that airdrop, supply drop that we saw come up earlier. So you can go ahead and see what that looks like as well. Once the map loads, there we go. So over here we've got ourselves an airdrop event. Some of them last longer, some of them last very short. Again, we don't have enough energy to get there. Let's watch a couple more ads. So excuse me for a minute, I'm gonna light a smoke while I wait for this. Haha, one shy. That's awesome. There we go. Let's run on over to this airdrop. These things aren't too hairy either. You can get away with a spear going over to this sometimes. It depends. You're probably better off coming on here with a decent weapon though. Decent melee weapon to the very least. And some decent armor and a little bit of health going on. Just in case, because you never know, you might run into something a little bit more crazy like a floater bloater. That was my own fault. I just was not paying attention. I'm not going to worry about the resources on this board because there are better ways to gather resources. So I'm just going to go straight for... Woo! Toxic Spitter. Okay, these guys are interesting. See that spit that he just shot at me? If he hits me with enough of those, I will enter stinky mode, and that will alert other zombies to my presence, which is not a happy thing. So you can dance around that. You get a slight warning before he spits, with a cone of attack that you can avoid, and it is completely possible, but I was just a little slow on that draw. Let's see, can we hunt this guy? Yeah, let's take him. Oh, nope. Fast biter comes with it. Alright, fine, we'll take you down too. Alright. We'll watch one more ad to get home, and then we'll go ahead and sort out our stuff. We'll craft up a couple more furnitures to put into our place, and then we'll call it that for now. And let our energy restore. Magical dragons? Who would have thought this could be possible? I thought dragons were naturally magical. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're back at home. We've got a couple of boxes. We've got some more stuff in our inventory, personal inventory. We're going to go ahead and sort out our stuff, and then going to craft up a couple more boxes to put stuff in. We might go ahead and craft up one of them. They're woodworking benches, so you can check that out. Oh, we do have iron ore over here. Look at that. I forgot all about it. I don't know if we do have a pickaxe even. Alright, let's go ahead and do that then. 5 strikes to crack a stone, 4 strikes to crack a tree, and then we'll go ahead and split that up so all that he can gather is that iron ore. That should be good. Alright, I believe this first chest was fairly full, I suppose. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there. That in there. Alright. So we now have the iron ore necessary to go ahead and build ourselves a shower. We're going to go ahead and pick up some wood from in here, and I believe a little bit of cloth. We'll craft ourselves a shower. Open up our building menu here, and we'll put our shower next to our water catchment, just to keep things nice and tight. And now I can go ahead and I can grab some water bottles from there. I can go in here, I can take a shower. It takes 2 water to take a shower, and that'll clean me up from any stinky mode going on. In here you'll see I've got 3.5 minutes left to my first pair of carrots. It's a huge step in the way of self-sustainability. We've learned how to craft a campfire, so let's go ahead and craft 2 of those, because they will be going constantly. What do we need for that? Stone, wood, and plant fibers. There's some wood. There's some plant fibers. And there's some stone. Alright, let's go ahead and craft ourselves up 2 campfires. And I'm going to put them over here as well. There we go. And now in the campfire, I can put meat in there. I can put wood in there to make charcoal. I can put carrots in there to make carrot stew. I can put berries in there to make berry tea. Which I don't do anymore because my water bottles are always full, and that's the only thing you get out of berry tea, but that's besides the point. These fireplaces will be very handy. Very, very handy as the time goes on. At the same time as we do that, let's go ahead and make sure that there's nothing else we want to craft. We do have enough iron ore to make our smelting furnace, which also requires what? I'm sorry, stones. Ain't got the stones for that. I guess we do. It's just a matter of crafting or harvesting them. Oh, there they are. Alright. Let's go ahead and craft one of those. You can build 2 of these. You can have 2 of these in your base at any time. It's your maximum number of smelting furnaces, but we only need 1 for the time being. This is going to let us take our iron ore. Whoops. We got some hunger issues going on. It's the Hunger Games, ladies and gentlemen. Let's eat some baked beans. There we go. We're all better now. So yeah, in here you can make iron bars out of, well, let's just look at the crafting menu. There you go. This is what you can do with this here melting furnace. The iron bars are going to be huge all the way through your game. Your aluminum bars, not so much. Those will be some higher end crafting, and then your copper bars is like, you know, that's your epitome on this one, and those are some pretty valuable things that will be used later in the game, but that's much later in the game. So for now, don't worry about it too much. You got some iron ore. Go ahead and smelt that if you want. I'm not going to, just in case I need it later on for crafting more things like this woodworking bench, for example. Everything else requires level 10, which is going to give us enough points to be able to learn some more things, so we will go ahead and learn that as well. Grab the iron ore out of there. Should give us the materials to craft a woodworking bench. And we'll go ahead and put that here on the ground as well. So that we can check that out. Now in here, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to take your wood, and you're going to be able to turn that into wood planks, as well as your oak for oak planks, and ash, which has not been released in game yet, but will happen eventually. The oak will be necessary for building things like stone walls later on for better protection and whatnot, but for now you won't get there. It'll be a while before you find that kind of thing, except for the oak event, which will require some iron hatchets and stuff. We'll get there as well. Don't worry about it, one step at a time for now. Go ahead and build yourself some floors, build yourself some walls. Go ahead and make yourself some crates. Go ahead and loot some zones. Your green zones are pretty safe. You go play in those for a while. We'll level up, and as we level up, we will talk about what is necessary in game and what is not. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll call it at that. We'll go ahead and put a couple more floor panels down. We'll give ourselves a door to walk through, and we'll make the rest of them windows. Alrighty, we got ourselves a little bit of a home going on, and we've got ourselves a little bit of security. So for now, folks, we'll leave it at that, and we'll get back to you again with another episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Thanks for joining me, survivors. Until next time, Tribal Link saying, go out there, have fun, kill zombies, loot shit, enjoy.